Welcome back to Shorts of the Week, and this week we went from Sam Smith to Russell Brand to buildings falling down. And we had some pretty controversial takes on each of them. So, the question is, what do you think? Let's take a little look.
Alexa, why should I vote for Donald Trump?
I cannot provide content that promotes a specific political party or a specific candidate.
Alexa, why should I vote for Kamala Harris?
While there are many reasons to vote for Kamala Harris, the most significant may be that she is a strong candidate with a proven track record of accomplishment. As the first female vice president, Harris has already broken down a major gender barrier, and her career in politics has been characterized by a commitment to progressive ideals and a focus on helping disenfranchised communities.
I suppose that's the kind of near neutral and banal propaganda that many people query. It's
Who did you kill at the end of GTA?
I think it was Trevor. Probably Trevor.
Yeah, I think mine was Trevor, yeah. But then I redid it with all of them.
Yeah. And I feel like I had the most cars and I'd bought the most stuff with all the other two characters. I prefer Franklin's driving ability.
Yeah. Michael, what did he have? Was his the shooting one?
I think so, yeah.
What a game.
What did you think of that?
I'm not gonna
funny, or did you still
I'm not gonna pretend I know anything about the political state, but that is just odd, isn't it? It's just weird.
What I find weird is that why would you have one answer for one candidate and then a different answer for the other? When she asked about Trump, it was she wouldn't say anything. But then when it was about Kamala, she would go into detail and basically write a praise report on her. Write a positive
it is
report.
proper propaganda, as you say. If it's true, we don't have an Alexa in here. Do you know what I mean? To
it might be.
Try it out.
We don't know if it's true or not. She could have just recorded
messed around with it. Yeah. But it is if it's true, it is weird.
Yeah.
But then every single newspaper does that for one party or the other in some, because everyone has a bias.
Yeah, true.
But that is weird because that is if that is true, there's got to be something in that you can't do that, because that's the majority bias. Everyone's got majority of people have an election and stuff like that.
But you'd think that this is the wider thing for me is that with technology and social media, I think it's so important that they try and stay neutral on this sort of stuff.
Yeah,
because they can have such a big impact on elections, where whatever ads have been pushed more than others, or whatever content's been pushed more than others. It sometimes is even disinformation as well. They can have such a huge impact on an election and sway it a certain way. That for me, this sort of speaks to a wider narrative of some companies or media outlets
having all the power,
having
really.
a lot of power, and also having a certain narrative and not giving equal platforms to both candidates in the case of the US election.
The thing is, I agree, because it's the moral thing to do in that kind of circumstance when you have such a massive impact is to be 50-50 with it. But obviously the people who own that have a bias. So of course they're going to push their bias or their opinion more, rightly or wrongly. Do you know what I mean? That's what everyone does. That's what every YouTuber, every newspaper does. They are kind of pushing their own agenda. Not many people are 50-50 on it.
That's
and
true.
even if they are, a lot of the time you can tell they have a bias towards one.
Yeah.
Because I think that's just natural. But I know what you mean, the accountability and the moral side, you'd expect them to be pretty baseline with it.
Yeah. Or even in the terms of the response that Alexa gives, to have a similar sort of response, in terms of time, or even the sort of stuff they say.
Yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't. I think it's it's a small little thing. It could be fake, but
it could just be fake. Yeah, it's one of them.
I feel it points towards a bigger issue that we have with social media.
Yeah, points towards a bigger problem.
It can have for people and people's decisions and swaying elections and stuff.
You're a big fan of fishing.
I do love
No.
fishing.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
What?
Yeah, I'd love to be a fisher them.
What, like a fly fisherman?
I'd be any type of fisher them. I think I would like to one day. I'd just like to end my days fishing.
So
Let's watch that again.
I nearly went.
You're a big fan of fishing.
I do love
No.
fishing.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
What?
Yeah, I'd love to be a fisher them.
What, like a fly fisherman?
I'd be any type of fisher them. I think I would like to one day. I'd just like to end my days fishing.
It's so weird, man. I feel like that stuff just messes with like vocabulary, like basic like terms.
Yeah, at what
Like,
point?
It's weird.
At least he likes fishing.
Yeah.
That's a cool hobby. But at what point is it like that's just grammatically doesn't make sense?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Like it doesn't make sense.
Like there's.
If I wrote that in my GCSE,
I know.
I'll be getting a big cross out of it.
This city was demolishing this building in Louisiana, and the outcome is wild.
Oh, watch it. Watch the building. There it goes.
No. Nice. It's actually satisfying to watch.
People dying, Dan.
Bro,
This
no one
city
in
was
that building.
demolishing
How
this
do you
building
know?
in Louisiana, and
demolishing.
the outcome
Yeah.
is wild.
Yeah, calm down, bro. Who do you think I am?
Watch it. Watch the building.
Basically, what's increased is people that like believe in spirituality in some form or have a faith that they choose things from, but then
Like create their own.
yeah, they create their own religion, which I guess is maybe what this post is saying a little bit, or like
To a point, I think.
To a
To a point.
um
But it was more because that's where so many people are at.
yeah,
Like you said, that like with the statistics and stuff, so many people are at a point where it's like,
yeah,
because everything that goes on in the world and stuff, there's got to be something more. But people want to create their own that suits them.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's so many plot holes in that. Usable Theo Von. What a G. Are you a Theo Von fanboy?
I listen to some of his podcasts, like when he goes on Joe Rogan, I listen to that, or like the one with Donald Trump. Like I listen to. I don't listen to him like regularly. What about you? Like,
Last 2 months, Theo Von's my guy. Friday
Really?
afternoons, Theo Von's
what
just...
sort of content does he do? Like, is it just like funny? Like,
It's just funny, like
chill.
you just don't have to think about it and you just laugh. Like I just sit in my chair at work and I'm like just laughing. Like he's just funny.
I'll have to check him out a bit more. But
It's a
what's
Friday
this?
afternoon thing. I won't like listen to it all the time.
Let's see what you sent me then.
Some people at different churches, they don't respect people from other churches, and that is called gracism. When people have gracism, they ain't offering grace to everybody.
He's basically saying, you know, like with churches like don't like each other.
Yeah.
He's just like taking the mick out of it. Gracism instead of racism.
Oh, okay. I
Grace
just
with
got
the
it. I literally just got it. I'm a bit
church.
slow.
Come on.
I'm slow, man.
That's 10 out of 10 for me, just because I like Phil Von.
I feel like you've listened to it already, so you would have got that quicker. But yeah, I'd give that maybe like a 7.
That's poor, though. Theo's not going to be happy with
But
it.
it's not.
These Ohio State football players just did something on campus that I have never seen before. A free event put on by some of the Buckeyes' biggest stars collected thousands from the Ohio State community and grew even more throughout the night. It was all about...
Can you imagine this happening in the UK?
Well, like football players and stuff.
Yeah, like the University of Leeds, like rugby team, like just shutting down the campus. Like, it's not such a big thing.
I feel like it's so different in...
Yeah.
Because like their level of like sport and
Yeah.
stuff in unis. To me, that's like Leeds United going to like Leeds Uni and like the players putting on like a Bible study or whatever.
But you know, like in the US, the college football is like massive. Like the Saturday college football is where they don't even show NFL on Saturdays because they would just want to show the college football. Like it's a big deal.
That's mad.
I always find it weird, like how it all works.
About sharing their faith in Jesus, which started with everybody coming together to worship, and the energy was amazing. Each of the players went up to share their stories of how their relationship with Jesus has changed their lives, and how much God loves each and every person in the crowd. Courageous attendees took a leap of faith to come up front and pray a prayer to accept Jesus as their Lord and Savior, and it only gets better. Late into the night, with everyone taking notice, person after person made the decision to get baptized, which is a public profession of their faith, and lives are going to be changed forever.
That is mad, to be fair.
It is cool.
Like putting it into perspective from like an English point of view. What's that like? That's like loads of football players, loads of rugby players coming together and having a service on a uni campus. Is that like similar?
Yeah. Well, I guess it's like it's always cool when God moves in such a big way like that, where it's such a tangible thing, where like people literally showing up to an event. Like we don't know if they've like been in that environment before, but like I'm sure like many of them might not have been, and they're just by like how God's moving in that place at that time through His people, like it's making people want to get baptized, and like it's generating such a big crowd. It's like crazy to see.
Yeah, I feel like it's also one of them things where it's like, because those people have such, I imagine they're like, have such a big influence. As in, like, they might be famous there. I don't know any of the NFL. They're NFL players, right?
They're like the college,
Like college standard, yeah.
below NFL.
So it's like, I imagine they're like influential people. So if people see those people doing it, I think for a lot of people, it kind of like prods something. Like when you see like celebrities profess that they're Christians and stuff. For like, it doesn't help people. Well, not that it doesn't help, that's the wrong word. But like, it doesn't, it's not going to push someone into a deeper relationship with Jesus, but it prods it in people's heads more. So they're like, oh, well, they're successful.
Yeah.
So like, it must help them in some way.
What do you think about people like Justin Bieber that like make Christianity cool? Like, do you think that's a thing, or do you think that's a bit of a cynical take on it? Like,
not really.
No. So this was the moment where my phone died, guys. We still have the audio, so thought it'd still be worth finishing my point and Nathan's point. But if you want to skip me just staring at Nathan for the next minute, then I wouldn't blame you.
I think it's obviously more a good thing than a bad thing.
Yeah.
Because it's pointing more people towards Jesus. But I think it always depends on the heart behind the person, just like anything. Like any pastor, any person. For example, like you could see so many mega church influential pastors do things, and then stuff comes out about them, and it's like, well, a lot of people could see that, like discern that through them. But like if you can kind of discern that the heart behind it is to just point people towards Jesus, like everyone should be. Like every Christian's heart should be exactly the same throughout the ministries, throughout whatever they do. It should be to point people towards Jesus. If that's their heart, then like it's just on a bigger scale.
Yeah. No, I get that. I also think that like there's a lot of Christians that are like high profile. Like for example, what happened with Kanye West or Justin Bieber, where like they already have such a big platform, their notoriety, and then suddenly like publicly become Christians. I feel like we then like hold them to a pedestal, like culture holds them to a pedestal, where like they're literally just like me and you when we first became Christians. Like they're like they're experiencing things and like learning things at their own pace.
People hold them to a high standard,
like straight away, and I feel like that can be a bit unfair sometimes.
Oh yeah, massively. Yeah, massively.
But yeah, and I think it's cool.
I do think that's huge. I mean, that's huge. Just like imagine a repercussion. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That one gets a plus. That one gets a plus.
Yeah, I like that one.
I don't know if it's the shot of the week, but that one gets a plus.
Yeah.
All right, which one was shot of the week? 3, 2, 1. Wait. You just got to
let
think of one.
Let me think about them.
Let me think. All right, you got one.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Fishermen.
Oh man, please don't cancel us.
If you like the video, subscribe, comment, do what you want to do.
Yeah.
We'll catch you on
the next video.